Good afternoon. This is David Soto talking to you, and today is my weekly trade predictions for my upcoming trading week of November 18th through November 22nd, 2019. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at all the major currency pairs, and I'm going to start with a 30-minute time frame and look at everything that's happened this past week, and then try to compare this to higher time frames and give you my opinion or my idea of what I think is going to happen this coming week. Okay. So to begin with, if we look at EURUSD, okay, it's pretty much in a flat range of market. We had a drop off and then a steady climb back up, and as of right now, it looks like it hit a pretty strong level of resistance. Okay, so the week did end slightly higher than where it began, and if we look at the higher time frames, the 4-hour chart shows that it's going up. So based on that, based on just this 4-hour chart, it's already going to an uptrend. Okay, and if we look at the daily, okay, we have an up arrow here and no red arrow. And we look at the weekly, we have an up arrow, and I believe the same with the monthly. Okay, so long term, this is definitely going up. And the fact that according to the 4-hour, it hit this pretty strong level of support, and like I said, it was kind of ranging. According to the 1-hour, 1-hour see a strong level of resistance, the 30-minute and 1-hour, right? So in the beginning of this week, you should see a drop, okay? Maybe a few hundred points, I don't know. And if we look right here, the price had come up to this level of resistance right here, and then it broke, okay? So this right here is now a support, okay? So I predict that the price will come down to this support and bounce off again. All right, it might go lower, but that's not a huge drop. If you look right here, that's only about a 242 pip drop, so that's not very much of a drop. So probably all day Monday going into Tuesday, we should see a drop, and then starting Tuesday, sometime Tuesday, maybe by the London session, we should see a spike back up. Okay, so do expect, the price to drop back down and then go back up again. All right, so definitely look for buy opportunities only for the EURUSD. Okay, moving on to pound USD, GBP USD, we see here on a 30-minute chart that again we had pretty much a flat ranging market. Okay, with a slight uptrend. Okay, if we look at the 4-hour, we show that it's already going to an uptrend, and it has not hit another red arrow, meaning it has not hit a strong level of resistance quite yet. And if we go to the daily, it shows to go down, but the weekly shows to go up, okay, along with the monthly. So long term, this will definitely be going up, and like I already said previously, this should drop at the beginning of the week and then go back up. Considering the fact that we have a red arrow on the daily, however, this is a pretty strong level of resistance, and you can see here this past week has been in a range of market. Like I said previously, actually the last 2 weeks really has been a range of market and has not really dropped significantly. Now, one thing to note is there is a strong level of resistance right here that is hit a number of times. Okay, so once this level of resistance is broken, it is now a support. So it is my guess, I cannot tell you 100%, but it's my guess that you should see this drop probably to this level here. If not, maybe a little higher, because we have a level of resistance here that it could drop to. Okay, so this week I would definitely be looking for this to drop in the beginning of the week. You could technically sell right now, and because it looks like it's getting ready to go into a downtrend, probably most of this week we should see a downtrend for GBP USD versus EURUSD. Okay, EURUSD is only have a small drop, while the Great British Pound versus US dollar is going to have a bigger drop. Okay, so in the beginning of the week you could definitely sell, and what I notice here is that there is like a uptrend right here. Okay, and you probably, this is not 100%, but there's another uptrend right here. All right, so either way, if it breaks this level of support, I would definitely sell, but I would not hop into a sell trade right away. You can also draw Fibonacci from this arrow going up to the top of this candle right here, okay? From the bottom of this candle to the top of this candle, okay? And then where the 23.6 right here level is, you can put a sell stop pending order just below here and a take profit just above the 38.2, okay? So do not expect a huge drop, but you know, definitely going to be a drop this week. I do not expect a long-term downtrend because according to the weekly, we're still in an uptrend, okay? Even though the last couple of weeks have been in a flat range of market and there's a lot of indecision with this Brexit stuff going on. But we can, as we roll out of Brexit, you can expect a big gain. So, like I said, at the beginning of this week, you're going to see a drop. Going to the end of the week, you can look to buy. Okay. Moving on to Australian dollar versus US dollar. We see a flat range of market pretty much, but this one had a drop, a steady, a slight downtrend, a small drop, versus the other ones that had a small gain. All right, so it came down this week, and then around Thursday it hit a strong level of support and is slowly working its way back up. Now if we go to the 4-hour chart, we see that yes, it is working its way into an uptrend, okay, and along with the daily and weekly as well, okay. So again, we should see a small drop at the beginning of the week. If you go to the 30-minute, it hasn't even hit a red arrow yet, okay. But the fact that this right here is kind of flat right here, and this is called consolidation, when it's just stagnant right here, okay. So we can expect a drop at the beginning of the week, and then probably going into Tuesday, I would be looking for buy opportunities. No matter what, at any time this week, definitely looking for buy opportunities, especially on the 5-minute and 15-minute chart. Okay. See, the 15-minute shows a red arrow, so you can expect this to drop, like I said, but wait for you to have a buy arrow on the 5-minute and 15-minute chart. Okay, and then that is when you want to hop into a trade, and you probably could hop into it for a long term and catch a lot of pips on the way back up. Okay, moving on to US dollar versus Swiss franc. All right, again we see a steady drop right here, and then followed by a flat range of market. Okay, so this has pretty much consolidated here on this low end. Now the question is it going to continue to drop? And if we look at the 4-hour, we see that it is, going into a downtrend. So I probably would be looking for sell opportunities only. If you see in the daily, it's been up and down, which is pretty much a ranging market. But the US dollar has and probably always will be the strongest currency in the world. So it's not going to go down without a fight. Okay, so I would definitely look for sell opportunities with the US dollar Swiss franc, okay, because the long-term trend is bearish. Okay, so this thing has been fighting to go into a downtrend for quite some time. As of right now, if I go to a 15-minute chart, well, it hit a strong level of resistance, but it looks like it's going to be going back up probably in the beginning of the week. Okay, because we have a strong level of support here, and it might drop slightly, but I expect it to shoot back up. Okay, I expect it to drop some at the beginning of the week and then shoot back up. And how high will it go is really difficult to say. If we draw right here, there's a strong level of resistance right here in this area, and as you can see, it was like a pretty much a flat range of market in this area. So I would probably guess that it's going to go back up and then hit this level of resistance and shoot back down. That's what I'm guessing, because the 1 hour shows to go up, right? So it has not broken. Now if it breaks this level of resistance, we can expect it to go much higher, but I don't think that's going to happen, okay? So look for sell opportunities only for the US dollar Swiss franc, but you're going to have to be patient on this one and kind of check all its different time frames to kind of see what's going on. You know, like the 5 minute, 15 minute, these show the sell, but some of the higher time frames show the buy. So like I said, it probably drop a little bit at the beginning of Monday and then shoot back up even further. Okay, so I would give it a day or two to see what's going on with this one before I hop into any sell trades. But you know, definitely wait for it to go back up and then hop into some sell trades. Do not try to buy this, okay? Because the bigger trend is bearish, okay? And oops, I clicked on the wrong one, but it's the same thing. Yeah, wait for this to hit this level of resistance and come back down. I apologize, but like I said, this is probably going to go up, hit this resistance, and come back down. So like I said, wait till probably Tuesday or so and look for sell opportunities with this. Expect it to go back up slightly. And then moving on to US dollar versus Japanese yen, okay? Typically this one will be going up if the US dollar Swiss franc is going down. Not always, but a lot of the, you know, majority of the time this is what's going to happen. And as you can see here, we had a nice downtrend followed by this uptrend, right, on the 30-minute chart, and it's slowly working itself into an uptrend. If we look at the 4-hour chart, we see that we have a level of resistance up here and then followed by a level of support here. So I would expect this to rise up to at least this level of resistance, and if we look at the daily, it shows to go down, but the weekly shows to go up, okay? So it's kind of a little bit conflicting, but the weekly is a stronger signal than the daily, okay? So long term, this is going to go up, all right? But since we have a red arrow on the daily, I'm going to mark this right here, okay? That's our strong level of resistance, and we can expect this to go up to here, all right? So I would be looking for buy opportunities only because the bigger trend is bullish, okay? And to be 100% safe, okay, we have this level of resistance on the 4-hour. I would wait until this breaks, okay? If this forms another red arrow and wants to come down, then you could sell, okay? But if it breaks, you can buy for long term, because it is that is the overall trend is going to be bullish, okay? But like I said, this is a very strong level of resistance. So is it going to break? I don't know. At some point it definitely will. My guess is that it'll probably hit this resistance and come back down again, and you're probably going to see more of a range of market this week, okay? But knowing that the bigger trend is bullish, I would probably just wait for buy opportunities. If it spikes and comes back down, then buy, okay? You could buy right now and catch a few pips on the way up, but like I said, if it comes back down, I would not sell, only because the weekly is not showing sell. And I'll leave that completely up to you whether you want to buy or sell, but I try to go by the bigger trend here, okay? And you probably could put a buy stop pin order a few hundred pips above here and just wait for that to hit, okay? And just leave this one alone, okay? Because this is kind of an iffy pair to trade anyhow. All right, so moving on to USD CAD. All right, we see we had pretty much a flat range of market. The price ended almost exactly where it started, okay? So it had a lot of ups and downs. So now looking at the higher time frames, what's it going to do? Okay, so we show here that it wants to go down, right? And the overall trend is going to be bearish. If you look here on the daily, all you have is a red arrow, and the weekly as well. So yes, this is definitely going to be going down, and the smaller time frames show to be going up. 30-minute and the 15-minute, right? Show to be going up. So expect this to be going up this week, at least in the beginning of the week. Probably Monday and Tuesday, this will shoot back up, hit this resistance, and form another red arrow somewhere in here, and then you'll see another drop. Okay, so be looking for sell opportunities only for the USD CAD. Okay, since the overall trend is bearish, we know that this is going to be dropping. As a matter of fact, you probably could put, if you go here to like the 15-minute chart, we see a strong level of support right here. Okay, and you could put a sell stop pending order a few hundred pips below here, and then wait for that to activate. And you could put, you technically could put a sell limit pending order here as well, and wait for that to drop. All right. Either way, you're going to catch the price when it's going down. All right. So you do not want to buy. You only want to look to sell the USD CAD this week. Okay. So that is my trade predictions for all the major currency pairs. If you have another currency pair that you want me to analyze, please hit me up on Facebook. I'll be more than happy to try to help you. Only thing I ask is that please give me your analysis as well, so that way we can compare and we can trade ideas and learn as traders. Okay, that's fair enough. And there's a link below in the description of the video for my personal Facebook. Please contact me there first. Also, there is a link in the description of the video for my private Facebook group. Okay, if you have not joined my Facebook group, please do so. So that way you can post any questions or comments in my Facebook group. All right, and then myself and other traders can assist you, and we can all collaborate as a team. All right. So anyhow, this is my weekly trade prediction. Please let me know if you have any questions. Thank you, and have a wonderful week.